I think in some ways what Burning Man can do is remind people what's important about being a human being in the world. I think it can also remind us that there's different kinds of value and that it isn't just about real estate development. I think people know this, but sometimes they have to experience it to actually believe it's possible. Black Rock City, our temporary city that we create, is about encouraging people to be their most authentic selves in relationship to one another and the natural world. All the things that you find in Black Rock City exist in any other city, but in some different proportions. You have to be committed to the context and conditions that allow people to be at their best and to be in community with one another, and for imagination to thrive and focus on the conditions that allow things to be emergent rather than a specific grand and well-defined vision. Thinking about the city as being in service to citizens instead of something that citizens should accommodate to is one possible reframing of things. What makes cities great and culturally diverse and interesting and experimental places to live. There is something about bringing things back to basics that are very important, as well as something new about the experience which relates to the modern world that we live in. It's more about the process, including a process of communication and even how you resolve conflicts over the way things should be, that ends up being more important than the ultimate vision. It's placing the emphasis again on the conditions that allow for culture and relationships to emerge out of it and to change over time. And that means you have to have a certain amount of flexibility in how you organize physical space and make it something that can change to serve the needs of future citizens. A little more generous, a little less consumptive, more expressive than maybe normally, and even kind and encouraging than you might find a normal city. Hopefully more in tune with the natural world in some way. And then the responsibility is on them, to behave in this way that they would like to perpetuate in the world, and to try to create the conditions for that to thrive. Technology can unite us and make life better, and technology can turn us into products bought and sold. The bright side of technology is that it can be used to unite people, to look through each other's windows and onto different worlds, and to feel connected and to find sameness and to learn something from the differences. The dark side of it can be turning ourselves into the products and the likes, and what are we following, and actually monetizing that to the point where people and their relationships become a product instead of something authentic. Certainly peaceful, loving, encouraging, fun, something that a world that is more about the quality of our relationships than the quantity in our bank accounts. Something that even embraces the ephemeral nature of life itself and is okay with that, and is more in tune with nature, and an expansion of the self to include other species, because we're all connected, and we as a species don't have a right to take out other species.